Welcome, everyone. Hello, how are you? This is Reem Zarifa, head of the wedding styling course in the Wedding Academy. Today, we're diving into the world of minimalistic aesthetics and how you can achieve a stunningly simple wedding. We will have like a live session, and you will get a guide to achieving a stunningly simple wedding. I trust that everybody gets inspired by the idea of a minimalistic style of a wedding, yet somehow it can be a little bit different and difficult in regards of how we're going to actually um, execute such a wedding. Like last time, I'm going to share my screen with you, and hopefully, you will find this session very enriching and you will enjoy with me. And I hope anyone participates, or even if they will listen to the video replay, will actually find it very enlightening and enriching to their styling career. Okay, bear with me a little bit. I'm going to share my screen. One second. Okay, we're going to start by one moment, it's not loading, so I'm gonna refresh again just in case so everybody sees that. Okay, I think now it is loaded. Okay, like I said, today we are speaking about embracing minimalistic aesthetics and how to achieve a stunningly minimalistic wedding. And we will see in our live session a guide through to reach this kind of style. First of all, what is minimalism? Like I said last time in our live session, I spoke about different art directions and art movements and how we can actually mix it up with different styles to embrace a unique idea in regards of wedding styling, and how to use these styles of art movements to enrich and make your style unique. So, what is minimalism? It is an art movement that began post World War II in Western art, and it is defined as a design or a style in which the simplest and the fewest elements are used to create the maximum effect. Minimalism has its origins in the arts, with the artwork featuring simple lines. Only a few colors and careful placements of those lines and colors actually help achieve this style of minimalism. So, minimalism is all about embracing simplicity, focusing on quality over quantity, and creating an elegant atmosphere with less. I trust that there are quite a few of you that would be planning a minimalist wedding or interested in learning more about it. Minimalism is how I reduce distractions in my life. So it doesn't have to be only a style of decoration or something. No, some people actually take it as a lifestyle in reducing every single thing in their life into a minimalistic approach. And they choose to do what matters most. Let's dive into the idea of minimalism in wedding and how we can actually understand it. Okay, there are key points and key elements that will help us achieve minimalism in a wedding. Okay, so let's start by defining what is a minimalistic aesthetics. In context of weddings, minimalism is characterized by simplicity, clean lines, and monochromatic palette, with a focus on quality materials and meaningful details. The key elements of a minimalistic wedding, you will find it in the neutral color palettes. When we speak about neutral color palettes, we're speaking about like white, creams, soft grays, and muted tones. And we also try to reach the sand tones as a neutral, grounded. So the idea of minimalism, it gives the feeling of you're being grounded and you're being settled in. Second key element, which is the simple, elegant decor, which we can see it through the greenery and the candles and the natural textures that we use across the wedding itself. We use almost every single type of natural textures inside the place to create such minimalistic approach to it. Third key element is the uncluttered spaces with purposeful decorations, which means we only put only certain decorations and we don't just clutter places with decor. So the idea of minimalism is to unclutter spaces and find the space, yet use key points, decorative, purposeful, to create such an image. Fourth key element would be is to focus on essential details and eliminating the excess. Like if there is a certain type of decor that you will find it's totally it's a like access style, then it's better to remove it and only keep into the idea of the minimalistic approach, so we don't go further than this approach. Now we go to the third slide. When planning a minimalistic wedding, there is essentials that we need to go through and we need to checklist it under our checklists. Okay, so we're going to dive a little bit more deeper into that planning effect and how we use these style of essentials. When we plan a minimalistic wedding, we're going to speak about the practical aspects of planning a minimalistic wedding. And here you will have some essentials to keep in mind. Number one, we will prioritize what matters. Venue. We have to choose the venue very carefully, and we also have to choose it that it has many signs of natural and it aligns with the minimalistic aesthetics. So you can't just pick a ballroom that it has excess decor, excess style, and try to do a minimalistic wedding approach in this venue, because the surrounding of this venue will not actually help you achieve this whole idea of a minimalistic wedding approach. So we have to choose the venue naturally that aligns with a minimalistic approach, such as a loft, a gallery, an outdoor space with natural beauty, and this will help you in regards of the prioritizing what matters in regards of the venue. Second thing, it will be the guest list. You will find it a little bit different when we say guest list has to be kept intimate when you want to achieve a minimalistic wedding, because the fewer guests means more meaningful interactions and less need for elaborate setups. Because in minimalistic styles, we kinda do the setup itself quite simple, minimal decor here and there, yet they are key points in the ballroom or in the place, giving it a huge meaning. So guest list as well, it has to be kept intimate, and this is how we're gonna find it minimal in regards of interactions as well. Second thing, in the essentials of minimalistic wedding, is to choose a simple color palette. We have to stick to the neutral tones and add one or two accent colors. This creates a cohesive and serene look. You tend to find the idea of whites, creams, and soft beige, and the natural tones of the sands, okay, in general, gives us a very serene look and very grounded look. And this is mainly how to reach such kind of minimalistic style of in color or in the wedding itself. The maximum two accents of colors, this will give you the great look for a minimalistic wedding. Third thing, one of the essentials as well, is to focus on quality over quantity, which means I have to invest in key pieces that will make a statement rather than the filling the space with lots of decorations. So it's not about just filling the ballroom or filling the loft or the garden with so many decorative details. This will never help you reach a minimalistic approach. It's never like that. It's the idea on how to pick the pieces and make them a statement, even if they are can be a little more expensive in regards of how they will be set in or how they will be made. Some of them can be also fully handmade, maybe hanging florals type of thing, that will require more work and more creative styles. This can actually get into higher pieces and higher prices in regards of the key pieces. Yet it will help you reach the idea of quality over quantity and will help you to reach the minimalistic approach to the wedding. Also, in regards of material, in minimalistic approach, we tend to try our best in picking the highest quality of materials, like silk, linen, and fine paper for invitations. So it depends on the idea of quality over quantity, again, even in the softest materials. Number four, in the essentials of creating a minimalistic wedding, I certainly hope that you are enjoying. I know that today nobody actually went in our live, but I hope when they see the replay, they would actually be enriched with such live session. And I hope I can help them envision the idea of a minimalistic approach. Let's continue to the number four essential, which is simplify your decor. What does it mean when we speak about simplifying your decor? We can actually speak about using greenery and flowers sparingly but thoughtfully. So we use them, but we use them very carefully and very thoughtfully. Single stems in the vases or simple garlands can be very effective. They will give us they will almost fill the negative space, but in a very uh, creative and eye-catching approach. Now, when we incorporate some natural elements like wood and stone or metal, this will actually help us reach another style of a minimalistic approach. So mix them up with some greenery and florals, and they will be amazing. Let me ask a question. Does anyone have a venue in mind or ideas for a color palette they are considering? How about if you maybe when you hear this session, just try to do a mood board in regards of all the essentials and how to reach the style of a wedding. Maybe creating a mood board from the scratch will help you find that style within you. And if you actually go through all the essential styles that I actually spoke of, this will help you reach this style of minimalistic approach. Now we're gonna speak about the wedding attire. Even minimalistic weddings, we will speak about the wedding attire because how about there's a bride. Why would a bride do a minimalistic wedding if she will not uh like you, if she will not be the having the minimalistic approach in her wedding attire itself. And when I'm saying wedding attire, I means the bridal gown, the groom's attire, and the bridal party in general. So the full idea of the wedding itself, even in the pictures that are going to be taken, it has to embrace this style as well. So it's not only about the venue, it's not only about the decorations, it's not only about the idea of florals and idea of the venue itself or the decor, but it's an overall idea that will help you achieve this style and look. So when we're speaking about the attire again, we're going to speak about it should reflect simplicity and elegance. The bridal gown, we're going to choose a dress with clean lines, minimal embellishments, and high quality fabric. We are thinking about silhouettes, we're thinking about silk, we're thinking about neutral tones, and the idea of maybe ivory and whites. This is more to the style of the bridal gown. Groom's attire, a well fitted suit in a neutral color, works perfectly. Consider a simple boutonniere. A very simple boutonniere will reflect the idea of being minimalistic, especially with a well suited neutral color. It will be perfect blend with the bridal gown. And speaking about the bridal party, it coordinates the outfits in neutral tones, simple designs to maintain the overall aesthetic. Maybe the florals that will have the bridal party, it also can be the same type of the colors of the boutonniere that will be hanging on the groom's suit. Maybe add a bit of same color with that as well. I have no idea if anyone of you like started shopping for their wedding attire or what styles are you leaning towards, or maybe if you have a bride that actually is not yet have decided their head on a style of a gown or attire, maybe you can always give them the options of this minimalistic approach if they are actually uh, from the ones that would love that. Now we're going to go into another style and into another key element in the wedding itself will be is the invitations and stationery. Invitations and stationery also embraces the idea of a minimalistic aesthetic, and it will also show off the idea of your wedding from the start. Invitations set the tone for your wedding. Simple, elegant designs with clean typography. This is the idea of a minimalistic design. The materials used even in invitations and the stationery, please optimize to high quality paper and consider letterpress or embossing for a sophisticated touch. The details, it has to be kept concise and avoid the clutter. A simple monogram can add a personal yet minimal touch. So the idea of the details itself, when we add them and write them down into the invitation, it has to be like concise and very you have to be very perfect in how you actually adjust the details on the invitation itself. So, invitations set the tone for your wedding again, and the idea of minimalistic aesthetic is simple, elegant design with clean typography. And here, if you can see in my slide here, you're going to find ideas of how you can reach such a minimalistic approach, yet with a very elegant and very unique touches in either. The idea of using like silk ribbons, the luxury papers, and the engraving on the paper itself, yet all of it using the monogram and monochrome colors with hints of soft hues of like maybe copper, gold, depends on the idea of the colors that you're using or the two color mixes that you're going to use in your minimalistic wedding approach. So all of these pictures can give you a vision on how to create a very unique yet a very minimalistic style of an invitation and stationery across the wedding. Now, going to the last essential, and it's quite important, okay, it will be simplifying the ceremony and reception. What does it mean, simplifying the ceremony and reception? It means that the key here is to focus on what's essential and what's meaningful. The ceremony, we have decor and vows. So when we opt for a decor in the ceremony and we want to minimalize it and to be into a minimalistic approach, we're going to go for minimal floral arrangements, simple arches, or a natural backdrops. Maybe we can add a little bit of satin curtains or like linen curtains somehow if you want to add the style of tapestry as well. In regards to the vows should be personal and straightforward, focusing on the meaning behind the words. So the vows doesn't have to be like huge, a lot, and a long. Of course, this goes back to the bride and the groom preferable, how they prefer their vows. But if we're going to for a full personal and full minimalistic approach, then a personal and a straightforward style of vow is what's it's optimal for such event. Now, if we go to the reception, and reception has three things which are very important. We're going to speak about the table settings. Table settings are very important in showing off the idea of our minimalistic approach. Crisp linens, simple centerpieces, uncluttered place settings are very important in such arrangements. The menu, a curated menu with a few high quality options rather than an extensive buffet. This is also another idea of minimalistic aesthetic in regards to the menu. So instead of optimizing to a fully buffet, if you want to go for a minimal wedding, we can do that specially created menu with high quality options, and even this will help in the flow of the wedding itself. Now, when we're considering the type of entertainment, okay, we're going to consider acoustic music or a playlist that sets a relaxed ambiance. Or maybe like jazz or something that very relaxed in regards of its music. Think about keeping the ceremony and reception simple yet elegant. If you have any specific ideas you're excited about, maybe get a bit of paper and type them down and see how you can actually reach this type of ceremony and reception with a very simple and yet elegant approach. You will find here different pictures that shows you the idea of a minimalistic weddings. The first picture will show you a very clean style of a centerpiece where the greeneries are showing very clean done, and the fabric itself very neutral. Centerpiece is showing candlesticks are of neutral tone as well. Second picture, you'll find the venue, like very simple yet eye-catching style of greenery, leaves, and garlands. This is another idea of a minimalistic approach in regards of a venue with a very simple style of a curtain at the back. And here another one, the use of wood tables plus the greenery garlands and transparent candlesticks plus the candles in the middle. This is another idea for it. The twinkle lights along the sides give it a bit of warmth, yet the aesthetic of the minimal style remains felt. Here's another style. You will find more tones to it into the grays more than the beige in the left one. Middle one shows more of the dress, the style of the dress, and the style of the bridal bouquet. All of these, you will find them bending to the idea of earth tones and how to reach a simple minimalistic style. Same goes for the other table. And here is another closer look to the idea of a centerpiece with uncluttered spaces while using elements that actually speaks out the design more. In the middle picture, we used the idea of graphical or minimal graphical design on the tablecloth itself, and we used the mix of black candles that actually uh, mixes up with the design on the table itself, giving it a very high quality touch. Now let me give you final tips for a stunning minimalistic wedding. And I hope you actually enjoyed this session like I enjoyed preparing it for you so much. So our final tips to ensure your minimalistic wedding is a stunning one is number one is to embrace negative space. Don't feel the need to fill every area. Empty space can be beautiful and calming. Number two, stay true to your vision. Avoid getting swayed by the trends that don't fit your minimalistic theme. So it's not about trends and it's not about I like this or I like that. It's about staying to the idea and staying to the approach that I want to reach a stunning minimalistic wedding and what should I use and what should I not. And last thing, and it's very important, in minimalistic weddings, less is always more. So remember, the beauty of minimalism lies in simplicity and thoughtfulness. Each piece speaks about something. Each piece has a meaning. And I hope you enjoyed this session today. Thank you all for joining today's session on embracing minimalistic aesthetics for your wedding and for how to reach a minimalistic style of a wedding itself. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Oh, there we have. Hello, Amanda. I certainly hope you actually managed to listen any of this event, any of this live coaching session. We're almost turning into the final. I was speaking about the final tips for creating a minimalistic, stunning wedding. I don't know if you can hear me well or not. I certainly hope you do. Okay. Thank you all for joining today's session on embracing minimalistic aesthetics for your wedding. I hope you're leaving with some practical ideas and inspirations to create a stunningly simple celebration. Remember that the essence of minimalism is to celebrate the beauty of simplicity and to focus on what truly matters to you. Also, feel free to reach out if you have any further questions or need more personalized guidance. I can always help you with any questions you need. Wishing you all a beautiful and serene wedding planning journey and a wedding styling journey as well. I was Reem Zarifa, the head of wedding styling in the Wedding Academy. Thank you so much. Have a good day, Amanda. Bye bye.